All right, Jolie, how's it going today?
Great turnout on very short notice, but I think people want to make sure that that we're here and we're seen and that we matter.
And this is what your seventh organized protest on this?
Yes, it is.
Okay. What do you hope to accomplish by being here on a Tuesday morning?
Tuesday morning, we want to raise awareness for every car coming by. We've gotten a lot of support, a lot of horns, we're raising awareness. You know, we grew from a very small group to a very large group. There's probably about 1,500 members now. And that's pretty good for a town of, 3,000 people? It's about half the town is in support of sending Tennessee home.
Well, that's great. Now, this started out as the Cummings Hill Road protest, but I noticed on your website more references to Stop the Insanity than just Cummings Hill Road. So has this issue grown at all to more than just going across Cummings Hill Road? And
it's absolutely grown. It started with Cummings Hill Road because that's where the pipeline is planned to go, and we already have one pipeline, so this would be our second pipeline. So I think people were aggravated enough about that. But the idea that it's going across private property, 11 homeowners would be affected, property owners would be affected, down the steep ravine, up the other side, and then through these beautiful mountains that are not Cummings Hill Road, that are part of the Route 6 landscape, taking 100-foot chunk out of the mountains, scarring them forever, I think is everybody's problem. So I think it's grown because anybody who lives here, anybody who lives in Pike County, anybody who either grew up here or moved here recently cares about preserving the scenic beauty of where we live. It's what every town does. Every town needs to fight to keep what they have. It's not impeding progress. It's about maintaining beauty and keeping precious what we choose to keep precious.
you talk about impeding progress. Now, what would you say to people that say, well, we need the energy. We need to be energy independent from the Middle East and all these other issues.
Right. I don't disagree at all. I think we do have a heavy reliance on foreign oil, and it's gotten us into a lot of problems. I think there are obviously things that we could do outside of the oil and gas industry, like solar and wind and other forms of energy that I don't think we've even scratch the surface of tapping into. So I think we've got, a good ways to go to improve what we have by nature. And as far as the people that are looking at, fracking and things like that, I don't think it's been demonstrated, especially by Tennessee and Columbia and some of the other, Chesapeake, some of the other gas companies, that they could do it safely, that they could do it without damage, irreparable damage to the environment and to humans, and to preserve it in a scenic way. I think there are ways. I think there should be a Hippocratic oath akin to the energy industry that say do less harm, rather than let's just come in here, carve it up, put it in our pipeline, and then disappear, and you won't see from us again. And then when the mudslides come, and during the rainy season, and the road gets washed out, and they say, oh, well, we did our analysis in July, and the creek was dry, so we weren't expecting wildlife. We weren't expecting mudslides. So I just think that it hasn't been well documented that either their safety record, their track record, you can look at all of the violations, go to the Delaware Riverkeeper website, and you could read about the complaints and the citations and everything that's been against these companies. So again, it's balanced. It hasn't been proven that it could be done safely. So why would we let them steal 7 miles of property, pristine, untouched, never tampered with property, when there already is a way to make this work for what their needs are?
Okay, and you mentioned that they've done an analysis stuff. So companies like Columbia and Tennessee, I mean, they come in, they run their analysis, and they apply to FERC and the state for permits and everything. I mean, they're doing everything they're supposed to do, right?
Well, not really. So they do their analysis at the most optimal time to do an analysis. So if if the creeks are dry, when they look at the creeks, then they are not tampering with wildlife. But we all know that creeks run high and low. So depending on what time of year they do it, that's where the impact is. We have 2 active eagles' nests that are active in the spring, and that if you come and look in December, they may not be there. So if you do your study in December, so I think it needs to be a year-long study of something this serious. You need to look at it over the course of years. And it's not just an EA, an environmental assessment, it's an environmental impact study. So what's the effect of losing thousands of trees over 5 years? Have we looked into that? Have we looked at what happens when you lose 5,000 trees over a 5-year period of time, not just in a 3-month period of time? And the other thing is we've allowed the gas company to do their own EA, which to me seems very bizarre, and to many people it seems bizarre that you would allow the gas company to do their own analysis.
Well, that's what...
It's like writing your own performance review.
Well, that's what the regulations call for. I mean, who do you think should have done the analysis or the impact analysis?
I think a third party should always be involved in any kind of, especially a project like this. And if you look at what the Sierra Club and some other notable environmental folks have pointed out, which was beyond my grasp at first, but they carved up this 187-mile project into little sections to avoid doing a larger impact study. So they did it in a way that was to their advantage.
So are you guys going to keep on coming out? And
we're going to keep on coming out. The other thing I would add is that the Army Corps of Engineers, by mandate and by law, are supposed to review all routes, all possible routes, and they only reviewed one route, the 7-mile route that was given to them by, guess who? Tennessee. So the Army Corps of Engineers gets the route that Tennessee wants to approve.
Thanks for coming down.
And they rubber stamp that. So where's the oversight? Tennessee is allowed to do their own impact study. Where is the oversight? Where's our government? Why are we allowing this to happen? Why are we're taxpayers. We pay people to do their jobs, and they're not. And we the people keep finding out these lies and these stories and these, we assumed that there were multiple routes that were examined and that this is the one that they deemed most appropriate. It turns out it was the only one that was reviewed by the Army Corps of Engineers. Isn't that astounding? So we are going to keep coming out until this pipeline goes away.
all right, thank you very much. Good luck.
Thank you.